All right, so you are Daryl Spencer?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Spencer has 4 cases, 24 DCCR.
The judge begins the hearing with sharp attention, immediately catching a mix-up between the defendant's names. She clarifies the confusion with a quick correction, showing everyone in the courtroom that she is alert, focused, and not letting any detail slip by. The room gets instantly more serious as people realize she isn't playing around.
3 charged with possession of marijuana. 25 DCCR 1149 charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. 25 DCCR 1150 charged with unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. And then 24 DCCR 0841 also charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. And the state has filed motions in those 2 newer cases, cause numbers 25 DCCR 1149 and 1150, to raise the bond in those, or increase the bond. It looks like the current bond in each of those cases is $15,000. The bonds on those 2 previous cases, one was $7,500 and one was $25,000. And Ms. Malfino, you may proceed.
Judge, based on the fact that Mr. Spencer was out on bond, bless you, and then committed at least 2 additional felony offenses, we would ask, just based on the totality of the circumstances that the offenses themselves, the court raised all of those bonds.
As the session moves forward, the judge turns to Armstrong and questions whether a conflict of interest exists. She reminds him that she had previously advised him to avoid discussing the case with his co-defendant, highlighting how crucial it is to maintain legal boundaries. Her tone grows firm, signaling that she expects compliance and respect for the court's rules.
You're back in custody. And I will provide discovery to Mr. Kimler on the 2 new cases. He indicates today that he's going to be hired on those, but
I have you on all of them, right?
Yeah, I'm on all of them.
okay, I'll make sure.
If everyone will give me just a minute, I am going to take judicial notice of the court's files and all of the cases, which include the probable cause affidavit in those 2, well, all of them. Give me just a second to...
Just to be clear, the offense dates on the 2 new offenses are after the other 2 offenses, is that right?
Yeah, so the offense dates on the 2, we've got the possession of marijuana offense date of February 15th of 2024, and the evading arrest or detention from March 2nd of 2024. And then we've got 2 new cases, one from June 14th of 2025, the evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle, and then June 15th, the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon of this year. So give me just a second to review all of this, and then I'll let you.
She then questions him about removing himself from the jail pod and whether he's aware of the consequences. Armstrong admits he didn't think he did anything wrong, but the judge immediately challenges him. She makes it clear that this isn't a casual misunderstanding. This is a serious violation that puts the entire proceeding at risk.
Make sure he's saying it.
Sorry, I should have had these done already.
Maybe it's...
Got one more I'm coming, I think. All right, so the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and that evading, same offense, or date, pretty much same. And then okay, I should have another one. I should have one. Is there not anything else I printed?
Two of them are the same.
I know. I should have three. These two are the same, but I should have this one and another one. I thought
That's three printed.
okay, hold on. All right.
I think I filed them in both cases.
You did. I'm just trying to find the
Same
PCs
PC.
from I'm trying to look at the underlying PCs as well. So give me just a second to pull up which one is, what am I trying to
Well, it'd be
find?
probably the same PC for each
It's the same.
case.
Evading.
When the prosecutor adds more details about Armstrong's behavior, the judge digs deeper, trying to determine whether he truly understands what he's done. Armstrong admits the deputies told him not to communicate, but he still seems unsure of his actions. The judge's expression turns cold, showing she's losing patience.
841. I didn't just print this one.
And two of them look just the same, but there's two different in it.
Okay, maybe that's it.
This stuff's just better.
Why did it do two? What's happening? Okay. So you said he's previously been in other courts. What other, do you have convictions?
I do, Judge, I do have a conviction in this court from May of 2017, 9 months in state jail for engaging in organized criminal activity. Also, it appears that in 2017, he was also in drug court for third-degree possession. Looks like he received probation on that case. There was a knock on that, so I don't want to misrepresent that he did get 3 years TDC on that, judge, on revocation, and then in CDC back in 2023 he was given a lesser included Class A deadly conduct where he served 1 year in jail.
Mr. Kimler?
Well, yeah, I'm not prepared to litigate the merits of the two new cases without compromising defense. I suppose the floor will have to stand on the PC.
The judge then makes a powerful point: if Armstrong cannot follow simple restrictions now, how will he follow rules later during trial or sentencing? She emphasizes that these conditions exist to protect the integrity of the legal process. Her frustration is obvious, but she remains professional and controlled.
I know that he's employed, is that correct?
He's working on with the court, yes, sir.
Longshoreman, and is endeavoring to maintain a law-abiding lifestyle. I believe he could pass a drug test in lieu of an increased bond if the court is inclined to take some sort of remedial measures. Regarding Mr. Spencer's conduct while on bond for the previous two cases, I would suggest a GPS device in lieu of increased bond.
I don't see how a GPS is going to help when you're out on bond. You've got 2 felony convictions, a state jail and a TDC conviction. You're out on bond for a felony possession of marijuana and an evading arrest, and there's an additional arrest for an evading and an unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. I'm going to, based on the criminal history, based on the nature of the underlying offenses, and all of the factors in 17.15, I am going to grant the state's motion to increase bond in cause numbers 251149 and 251150. I'm going to raise the bond in each of those cases to $100,000. Condition of those bonds, if made, are that Mr. Spencer not be allowed to drive a vehicle, period, on bond, and that he wear a I'm not worried about that necessarily. Obviously can't have a firearm, but no driving whatsoever. All right, you can go back with the bailiff, and I'll reset the case for an announcement.
Finally, the judge lays down her decision firmly. His behavior shows a clear violation and she cannot ignore it. Armstrong tries to defend himself, but it's already too late. The judge's final words send a strong message to the entire courtroom. Respecting court orders is not optional. One mistake can change the direction of a whole case.